On the flip side, we have serotonin. So serotonin is associated more with like contentment and peace. When we look at things like mood disorders, oftentimes what we're doing is improving the serotonin level, boosting the serotonin transmission in the brain. So peace and contentment is very different from pleasure. And these two things are almost inversely proportional where, and it's really interesting, you can look at something like orgasm, which is a great example of this. So when you have an orgasm, you get a spurt of dopamine and you feel a ton of pleasure. And then after your orgasm, you actually get a rise in serotonin and you feel incredibly contented. The really interesting thing is that if your serotonin levels are high, you won't feel horny. So like what'll happen is we know this because if we give someone serotonergic medication, if we boost your serotonin transmission, one of the side effects is anorgasmia, and like you can't have an orgasm. And then you also like aren't as sexually, you're not as thirsty, okay? So like this is one of the side effects. This is one of the number one reason why my patients stop serotonergic medication. It has to do with the sexual side effects. But if we kind of think about the neurotransmitters involved, right? When we boost serotonin, and we also see this in monks who are like super content and peace and they're not very thirsty, right? So if we kind of think about it, peace and happiness and contentment in life comes from serotonin. Dopamine is like actually kind of the opposite. And monks aren't like thrill chasers, right? They're able to develop this internal sense of contentment. So dopamine is absolutely a part of the problem. It's a very important part of the problem. But I think that it's like one piece in a larger whole.